The story of Dawud, our 16th prophet. During the time of Prophet Musa, otherwise known as Prophet Moses, Bani Israel, or the children of Israel, had decided not to fight the powerful inhabitants that ruled over Palestine. As a result of them going against Allah's instruction, Bani Israel were cursed and they wandered aimlessly for many years. Because of their cowardice behaviour, they were forbidden by Allah to enter the Promised Land for 40 years. Prophet Musa died within this time. After this period, Bani Israel were guided by Prophet Yusha, otherwise known as Prophet Joshua. He was not mentioned by name in the Quran. Under Prophet Yusha's guidance, Bani Israel then defeated the inhabitants of Palestine. But after a while, Prophet Yusha died. Bani Israel remained in that area, but with two problems. One problem was they had constant wars with other rulers and tyrants. And the other problem was they had much infighting amongst themselves within the 12 tribes. Bani Israel then became divided. Before Prophet Musa passed away, he had given a box to Prophet Yusha. This box was known as the Ark of the Covenant. In the box it contained the stone tablets of the laws and orders given to Prophet Musa by Allah. The stone tablets are known as the Torah. The Ark is said to also contain other items such as the staffs of Prophet Musa and his brother Prophet Harun, otherwise known as Prophet Aaron. The Ark also contains some other relics, but Allah knows best on these matters. The Ark of the Covenant served as a reassurance and comfort to Bani Israel, and when they had it they felt very calm. When they fought in battles, they took the Ark with them and they would win the battles. When there was much disobedience of Allah within Bani Israel, it's been reported that during a battle the Ark was lost. They then lost the war and blamed the opposing side for stealing it. This distressed Bani Israel very much, and for many years they searched and tried to locate the Ark. Some historians say that 350 to 450 years had passed since Prophet Musa had died, and again, although not mentioned by name in the Quran, there was a prophet named Prophet Shamil, otherwise known as Prophet Samuel, that helped guide Bani Israel after Prophet Yusha had died. So the story goes on with Bani Israel, lost and displaced once more. They insisted to Prophet Shamil that they wanted to have a king appointed to them, a powerful king to lead them to victory to reclaim their land, all because they never followed the original instruction of Allah to enter the Promised Land when Prophet Musa was still alive. They may have had some success after this period of claiming land, but only for pockets of time. By revelation of Allah to Prophet Shamil, a king was appointed, a man from within Bani Israel called Talut, otherwise known as King Saul. King Talut was not initially accepted by Bani Israel, as he was not wealthy. He was from the tribe of Benjamin, otherwise known as Benjamin, a tribe that Bani Israel saw as inferior to them. Prophet Shamil informed Bani Israel that Allah had given him much strength and knowledge, and that Allah gives the kingdom to whoever he wishes, as Allah's knowledge encompasses everything, so he knows what's good for you. Prophet Shamil told the people that the sign of his appointment as a king would be the return of the Ark of the Covenant. Allah then sent angels with the Ark of the Covenant back to Bani Israel, as confirmation that Talut was the divinely chosen king. The Ark gave the people much comfort again. The believers of Bani Israel, on seeing this miracle, accepted Talut as their king. King Talut then trained and organised a massive army. It has been said that the army consisted of 80,000 soldiers. As King Talut was aware of the people's previous cowardice, refusing to fight during the time of Prophet Musa, he tested his army, as he only wanted the faithful by his side. The army were marching towards battle to reclaim their land against the Philistines. They came across a river. King Talut instructed the army not to drink the water from the river, and that Allah was testing them, and if they must drink any water, to drink no more than one sip. Many of the soldiers did not listen to King Talut's order and drank the water. Therefore, he did not take them soldiers with him to battle. Some people say that the army was now reduced down from 80,000 soldiers to around just 4,000 soldiers. This was not a problem for King Talut, as he believed in quality and not quantity. King Talut arrived to face the Philistines, who were huge in number. Their leader was a giant named Jalut, otherwise known as Goliath. Back in those days, the tradition at the start of a battle was for one soldier from each opposing army to fight each other in front of everyone to set the morale of the battle. So the giant Jalut called out to any man brave enough to face him. King Talut's army, out of fear of seeing the giant and the size of Jalut's army, had now reduced even more to around 300 soldiers. The remaining soldiers with King Talut were the true believers of Allah. Now for the story of Dawud. So the giant Jalut called out to any man brave enough to face him. A young man stepped forward called Dawud. He was not afraid. He was strong in faith and knew Allah would protect him from the giant Jalut. King Talut and his army were pleased to see the young man showing such bravery and courage, but they were unsure of his decision as he was so young. Dawud reassured them of his faith and convinced King Talut to allow him to face the giant Jalut. They gave him weapons and suited him in armour. As Dawud, being young, was small in stature, he found the armour restrictive and too heavy to move, so he removed it and went forth to face the giant Jalut with a slingshot and a few pebbles. Jalut laughed at the young boy, telling him, "I would chop off your head with one swing." Dawud took a pebble and propelled it with great speed towards Jalut, smashing him in the head. Jalut fell to the ground with blood coming out of his head, dying instantly. Jalut's army, seeing this, became very scared and were overthrown by King Talut's army. This was a great victory for the children of Israel, finally regaining that honour that had been lost for so long. Dawud was a hero. He married the daughter of King Talut and became the chief advisor to the king. Dawud was then blessed with prophethood by Allah. He was given the holy book Zabur, also known as the Psalms. Prophet Dawud was given powers. He had the most amazing voice. When he would recite the Psalms in prayer, the trees, the birds, all the animals and even the mountains would do so with him. Allah had blessed him with understanding of the languages of all animals. King Talut died. Prophet Dawud became the second king of Israel. He had a powerful army and he ruled over Palestine and all the surrounding areas. Prophet Dawud was full of strength and wisdom. For the sake of Allah, he would fast every other day. He would sleep half of the night, get up and pray for a third of the night, and sleep 1/6 for the remainder of the night. Prophet Dawud would never let his wealth or position of power go to his head. He remained a humble servant of Allah. He was always open to his people, who was a very good judge, and would personally hear all the people's problems against each other and give his ruling to them. One day, two men appeared in Prophet Dawud's private quarters where he was praying. He was taken back by this and confused, how they had accessed his palace without being noticed. The two men reassured him not to be afraid. They wanted him to make a ruling on the dispute that they were having, wanting a fair judgment. One of them went on to say, "This is my brother. He has 99 sheep, I have only one. Now he wants my one sheep for himself." Prophet Dawud listened, but then, without hearing the other man speak, he started to give his opinion on the matter. The two men then suddenly disappeared. On seeing this, Prophet Dawud realized that the two men were actually angels, sent by Allah to teach him a lesson. Prophet Dawud learned from this experience that he should never give judgment until hearing both sides of a dispute. Prophet Dawud felt very bad for his mistake and repented to Allah. Prophet Dawud was a very good man. He would never use money from the kingdom's treasury. Instead, he would make weapons and armour and sell these items for his own living expenses. Allah also blessed Prophet Dawud with another special ability. When Prophet Dawud was making weapons one day, he realized that the iron he was using became soft like clay. He could mold solid iron with his bare hands with great ease. He was able to mold the iron into any shape he desired. Prophet Dawud was inspired by Allah to make new types of armour never made before. He invented the chainmail armour, which offered his soldiers freedom of movement when on the battlefield and was exceptionally light compared to the armour that they were previously used to. This benefited the army in many wars that they had protecting the kingdom of Prophet Dawud. Prophet Dawud had a son. His son's name was Suleiman, otherwise known as Solomon. Suleiman was also to become a prophet. Naturally, Prophet Dawud was very protective over his family. One day when the palace he lived in had been secured, just like any other day, he saw a man in his private quarters. When Prophet Dawud saw the man, he asked him to identify himself. The man replied and said that he was not afraid of any king, and no man could run away from him. At that point, Prophet Dawud realized that this man was the angel of death. He welcomed the angel to take his soul from his body. Thousands upon thousands of people attended the funeral of their beloved king and Prophet Dawud. Everyone wanted to show their respects, to come and pray for him. He was buried in Jerusalem. On the day of the funeral, it was extremely hot. The sun beat down intently on the people attending. The son of Prophet Dawud, Suleiman, stepped forward. He summoned the birds and instructed them to shield the people from the sun, creating a huge shadow. This was when the people recognized that Suleiman had inherited two things: the kingdom and the prophethood of Allah.